All right, hi everybody. It is Thursday evening, just before 7 o'clock. We're going to give you just sort of a brief update on what's happening out there with the scattered storms. Not an all-night storm tracking, but just want to get you caught up on what's happening out there because it's making a lot of noise across North Georgia. Some of these did have a warning associated with it in Alabama that is now expired, but these are kind of borderlining on severe. It's mainly some strong wind gusts, a lot of lightning and thunder. And I say so often, when the thunder roars, you head indoors. Keep that in mind. 'Cause we're at that time of year now where everybody's outside doing a lot during the evening, extended daylight. But when you have these storms going on, lightning is a big, big threat out there. So allow a few more folks to jump on board and we'll get started here. But you can see on the stage left here and just to my right, you can see all the storms going on. And you notice all these brown polygons. These are what's known as special weather statements or strong storms, just below severe levels. But it extends from basically Bridgeport, and there's a new polygon issued there, Bridgeport to Trenton to Lafayette, Somerville, all right along 27 to west of Rome. And again, the main threats are some wind gusts up to 40, a lot of lightning, thunder, a lot of heavy rain with that. So what I'm going to do here is minimize me just a little bit so you can see more of the radar view. There we go. And let's give you a broad overview. It's not just limited to this area across North Georgia. There are other showers going on, Suddy, Daisy, Dunlap, Pikeville, back over to Tracy City. But all of this activity, not severe. I'd be aware of a lightning threat, but overall not severe. But it is moving, as you can see, off to the north and east. So places like Sale Creek, eventually Dayton, Pikeville to Crossville, some downpours coming your way over the next couple of hours. I want to make sure everybody knows what's going on out there. And again, off to the north and east, we had storms over eastern Monroe County. Those have now ended. So again, areas that you feel like we're leaving out, like Cleveland, Murphy, Benton, Copper Hill, McKaysville, Tuttago Plains, Blue Ridge, everything's okay there now. Okay. So our main concern is back here. We got this line of storms extending basically from, say, Bridgeport to Trenton, down to around Lafayette. And then you go Rising Fawn down to Somerville, to Tryon, or Murchie, and just north and west of Rome. So again, you can see a lot of lightning with this. I'll show you this. And you can see how many lightning strikes here over the past just 10 minutes alone. So it's creating a lot of loud claps of thunder, very noisy out there, and that's our big threat. As I say so often, when the thunder roars, you go indoors. Remember that lightning safety rule. And before going back outside, make sure you can count 30 seconds in between a lightning strike and a clap of thunder. Or you can count, there's been 30 minutes since the last visible lightning strike or audible clap of thunder before going back outside. Okay? So for many areas, it's kind of time to go in for the night. But all these storms are making their way off to the north and east, I believe at around 35 miles an hour. And again, just to show you, these are just notice special weather statements. And this is just showing that in this area over Chattooga, Floyd, Gordon, Walker, these are moving northeast at about 30. Watch out for wind gusts up to 40, some pea-sized hail, and of course, a lot of lightning with that. So if we do a quick little tracker for you, and this is sort of we use what we call the bacon tracker because it looks like bacon. But anyway, if you kind of take this meandering line here, moving northeast at 30, this is just sort of a rough estimate over the next hour. So it could cover areas like Chattanooga to Calhoun over the next hour. Here's just a brief timeline here. So Kensington, Georgia, you're kind of seeing it now. But Sugar Valley after 7 o'clock, Dalton around 7:20. Potentially that cluster of storms over northern Dade County could roll into southern Hamilton County by 7:30. Chatsworth at about 7:37. So again, it just means you can experience some heavy rain, a lot of lightning, thunder, and even a little pea-sized hail coming in. But these have not gotten any stronger over the past hour. They've kind of held and maintained the strength. Let me look at this other screen over here. Yeah, they've got the chance for a little bit of hail, but so far they're staying just below severe levels. But this is where the strongest ones are, basically from the state line and farther down to the south. We'll zoom in a little bit closer. And you can see Bryant, Higdon, Alabama, and you cross the state line towards Trenton. Very heavy rain on Sand Mountain down into Trenton. And you go toward Rising Fawn down 59, very heavy rain. And it crosses over into Walker County, not so much northern Walker County, Chickamauga, Rossville, okay at the moment, but more heavy rain, a lot of lightning in and around Lafayette to around Walnut Grove, Blaylock Mill. That's just to the south of Lafayette. And then a bit more trying to Somerville. A lot of lightning there. And then it curls down to the south into Floyd County. Not as much lightning, but heavy rain approaching Rome. And again, if I just show you the motion over the past hour, it is moving north and east. So as I mentioned, Dalton, between now and 7:30, heavy rain is going to move in. Chickamauga, you're not seeing rain yet. You're not going to get it from the south. It's going to come in from this cluster that'll come up and over Lookout Mountain into Flintstone, Rossville, then eventually Chickamauga, and then towards Fort Oglethorpe. So heavy rain, lightning being the main threats. And just to show you again, here north, Sunny Daisy, heavy rain. To Dunlap, none of this is severe, but it'll keep moving north and east. So again, with time, Athens, Decatur, Dayton, Dunlap, some downpours coming in. Be aware of a isolated lightning threat, but not too severe. Areas to the south this afternoon, the atmosphere kind of percolated a bit more, where temperatures reached the low 80s with that late day sunshine and that piece of energy coming in out of Alabama. The reason why that the storms have gained a little bit more strength, but again, have stayed below severe levels. But I just want to give you this brief update to show you what's happening out there. Let me take a look at a few other views here. This will show you again where we saw that cluster of storms come from. We had one area of storms this afternoon. This is a 3-hour loop. So this afternoon's rain kind of moved away, and then we watched this area here sort of blossom, and it really blossomed into the heating of the day. It took advantage of that, and the reason why they're a bit strong. And there's more of that coming in from the south and west. So this is not something that'll last all night long. Predominantly, the storms that we have over us now will be around for mid-evening and then kind of tapering off late evening, and then just isolated the rest of the overnight hours. But tomorrow, we got to go through this all over again. And it's like today. It's a low-end severe threat. It's not a major outbreak of severe storms. Basically, when you have a level 1, level 2, it just means that some isolated storms could become severe, kind of like what we've seen tonight. So far, with all the activity out there, we only had one storm reach severe levels, and the warning, which was near Scottsboro, was allowed to expire fairly quickly. So that'll be the same case tomorrow, but I think the coverage, that means the amount of showers and storms will be a little higher tomorrow evening. So it's not something that'll last all day tomorrow. It's primarily late day and evening, kind of like what we had today. And the main threat, again, is going to be damaging wind gust. Okay. Kind of like what we're seeing with some of not every storm, just a few isolated ones. As far as the tornado risk, that is much farther to our west tomorrow, and it's a very low end risk. So we're not looking at that major threat. It's mainly a few storms that could reach severe levels with wind, maybe a little bit of large hail as well. And Saturday, same thing. It's a little bit lower severe threat. It's on the low end of the scale, but I really think Saturday, if you have outdoor plans, you need to have a backup plan, okay? Because there's going to be off and on showers and thunder throughout the day, Saturday. Sunday, a better day for outdoor activities, but not so much on Saturday. All right, let's go back to the current radar view. And there you go. Again, you can see not everybody being impacted by this. In fact, they just issued a new advisory here based on, this is exactly where we showed that the bacon tracker, if you will, moving on through. And basically, this just means for these areas, I'll pop this up here, for Dalton, Calhoun, Chatsworth, Fort Oglethorpe, again, that line of storms, and we'll track it again for you, is moving to the northeast at around 45 miles an hour, so it's picking up speed a bit. It's going to have wind gusts up to 40 to 50 miles an hour, a little bit of pea-sized hail, and as mentioned, a lot of lightning, especially down over Chattooga County. That's where a lot of the lightning is now. But and this will be through 7:15 Eastern time. Is that right? Yeah, it'll probably go probably extend a little longer than that through 7:30 at least. But that's where the advisory is. But again, this is not a severe thunderstorm warning. It's a step below that. And again, you can see the activity is stronger from the south line, from the state line and south, Tried to say that too quickly. From the state line and south. And again, let's go ahead and put a tracker on this one more time. They had the forward speed going a little bit faster, probably where it's bowing out there just a little bit right in here from Lafayette to Somerville. So that's why the lightning is pretty intense around Lafayette and Somerville, pretty noisy there. But if you do a little bit of the tracker here, just tracking the leading edge of this, it's just an estimated timeline. So Rome in the next few minutes, right before 7 o'clock, you're hearing the heavy downpours now north into the county. Dalton around 7:15. Okay, Chatsworth around 7:28. Pine Log way to the south outside of Gordon County. And then the Ellijay around 7:49. And again, this can move into southern parts of Hamilton and southern Bradley County as well. But again, it's mainly rain, lightning, and occasionally some wind gusts up to around 40 to be aware of. And as I mentioned so often, when thunder roars, go indoors. Remember that lightning safety rule. Again, very heavy rain right now. We'll just track it north to south from Bryant, Alabama, and Jackson County to Higdon. Then you go into Dade County, Trenton, over to about Rising Fawn, and then crossing over into Walker County, Kensington, Lafayette. A lot of lightning south of Lafayette, making a lot of noise around there. And then you get into Chattooga County, there's a tremendous amount of lightning. Look at all that. From just east of Tryon, just east of Somerville. You can see right there. That's all moving east. That'll be moving into Gordon County. That goes down 27 to Amerchi and just northwest of Rome. But again, Calhoun, for Gordon County, for Murray, for all of Walker, for Catoosa and Whitfield, again, this is that special weather statement that this storm will move by, bringing with it some strong wind gusts and heavy rain and lightning between now and 7:15, more than likely towards 7:30, through 7:30, that is. And as far as the wind gust, I'm looking on a separate screen here. The gusts have not been too intense. They've been a little strong. And I'll show you in the velocity scan. We'll put our velocity scope up there. I'll loop it here just a little bit. See that deep red right in here? That's got some wind gusts up to 30 to 40. So around Lafayette, it's getting pretty windy, okay? And no doubt toward Rock Spring, towards Chickamauga, you're going to get some wind gusts as well. So that may shake a few tree limbs or whatever, along with bringing in some rain. But that's where some strong gusts are, but not a rotating storm, okay? Just showing you where the winds are a little gusty. All right, let's move down to the south a bit into Chattooga County. And the same thing. Yeah. There's more straight line winds. You can see right here. Right along the Chattooga-Floyd County line into Walker County. So some strong gusts there, push through Somerville. So along with the lightning threat, a lot of gusty winds there into that part of Chattooga County. So it's got some strength with it. It's not the severe gust where you get to 58 miles an hour or higher, but 40 miles an hour is enough to, bring down a tree limb, bring down a tree if the ground's saturated enough. But again, that's what we're watching here. So it's mainly this long line, which is just going to make it rather noisy around here for the next couple of hours as it moves across North Georgia. So Dalton, Chatsworth, Calhoun, and eventually after the 8 o'clock hour, close to the 8 o'clock hour, Ellijay and Blue Ridge. Watch for that. Again, just to show you other areas, again, north of the city, there's pockets of rain, but nothing severe with that. Don't want to leave anybody out. And Cleveland, we haven't mentioned you, but you probably get a little bit of this on the southern edge of Bradley County, coming out of northern Dade, northern Walker as it moves north and east. But again, the worst of the weather seems to be between Lafayette and Somerville. And so as that makes its way east and northeast, that'll be towards Dalton and Calhoun during the 7 o'clock hour. And again, just keep in mind the lightning threat. Stay inside. Thunder roars, go indoors. All right. So that, my friends, is an update for now. We'll keep an eye on things for you if things become a little bit stronger as far as any warnings. We, of course, will let you know at the bottom part of your screen on the television screen. And you can also go to my social media pages, and we'll have updates for you as well. But that's what's going on out there right now. The reason why it's a little bit noisy across North Georgia. These are just below severe levels, but we're watching them and tracking them for you. So that's an update for now. I'll have more updates when needed. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe out there, everybody, And keep in mind, we are alert again tomorrow as we could see another round of showers and storms. Could be borderline severe for late tomorrow and tomorrow night as well for a soggy start to the weekend. Stay safe. We'll see you again later on tonight, folks.